This is my paddle, my first ever paddle that I bought from Temu. Yes, this is a paddle from Temu. I know some people that I play with that have reported good results buying these paddles off of Temu that are supposedly knockoffs, similar to normal paddles you would buy, but they're knockoffs, so that they're supposedly almost as good with a fraction of the price. This paddle costs $35. I have bought probably a couple dozen paddles at least since I've been interested in pickleball and playing pickleball for 3 years plus. Paying as much as $330 for a paddle, which is what I paid for the Selkirk Labs Project 003, if I remember correctly. So this is about 1/10 of the price. This is how the box arrived. And when you open the box, this is how it was. I've already opened the box. I've already played with this, spoiler alert. And you open it up, no branding. You take it out of its beautiful packaging. And this is what you have. Look at that. Wow. It's a carbon friction surface, 16 millimeters, T700, and it's USA Pickleball approved. So it took me all of 5 seconds once I picked it up to realize that this was not anything close to a legit paddle that I've been used to. The handle on the bottom, it has a conventional looking butt cap on the bottom, but the handle itself is actually square. It's square. It's not six-sided, it's square. Which after playing with this wasn't as much of an issue as I thought it would be, but I noticed it right away. But then the other thing is, when you get onto the side, you have a solid surface here, but when you get onto the sides, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. So you have pieces that are wider up top, and then you have just a valley on the sides. So yeah, that's interesting, right? When you move onto the surface, carbon friction T700 surface. Now, I have played with this paddle 7 games. Anyone that's familiar with carbon face paddles, or any paddle that has any sort of grit to it, knows that you will have ball dust in the paddle. Look at this. It looks untouched, right? Not a speck of ball dust on this thing. And that's because I believe this is just like a freaking vinyl sticker or something. It feels like vinyl. It's not gritty per se at all. It does have an edge guard, which is nice, I guess. But this is definitely not a T700 carbon paddle for sure. So, like I said, I've played a number of games with this, and it has absolutely no feel. I wouldn't say it's a control or a power paddle. It just feels like I don't know. I wouldn't classify it as anything specifically. It just feels like you're hitting with something in the shape of a paddle. Like I said, the square grip did not bother me as much as I thought it would during play, but it does feel weird. The only advantage I would say is because this is made with whatever materials it's made out of, it would be interesting to open this up, but I'm not gonna do that. It's light, it is light. So like I was able to have good hand speed using this. And I did actually win some games playing with this, but I don't think that has anything to do with the paddle and just the fact that I have some basic skills as a pickleball player, and I was able to overcome the challenges of this paddle. Most cases you buy a paddle because it adds to your game. This definitely does not add anything to your game. It does not add to your game. The only thing it adds to is spending less money out of your wallet, I guess. So really, I mean, what else is there to say? Would I recommend this paddle to anybody? No, I wouldn't. I will keep it almost as like a novelty thing, or like if I'm playing against lower skilled players, maybe I'll pull it out just for the hell of it. I've joked to some of my friends that I might use this as like a paddle if I get really frustrated. I wouldn't feel badly throwing this paddle or banging it on the court or whatever. If it breaks, who cares? But it definitely is not something that I would want to play with if I was looking to be competitive. Now there's tons, if you look on Temu, there's tons of paddles. There could be some that are actually decent. All I can tell you is this $35 paddle is not a good paddle. But it was an interesting experiment at least. So that's all I have. Watch out for your paddles on Temu. Yeah, that's all I have, guys. Till next time, Duffman out.